Hey fam, welcome back. So in this episode we're going to run through our new build for Witty Adventures. It's a 2022 Ford Everest Sport. We're pretty excited. We've only had it for 6 days, so we're sort of still getting used to it, testing it all out. But we're going to run through some things that made us choose it as our next touring rig, as well as some of the cool features and stuff that it's got. So here she is. So in this video, we're going to go through quite a few bits and pieces. If you find it helpful in making your decision on buying a Ford Everest, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we're going to do regular episodes on the modifications that we got planned for it, as well as announcing some of the great businesses that are going to be working with us. So we've already secured diesel dog filters to protect the engine. We've got CRG diesel tuning coming on board, as well as Lovell's Automotive Systems, with potentially doing a GVM upgrade on this model. Cheers. So why did we go the Everest? Well, we were originally looking at a Y62 Patrol. However, the lead time kept blowing out and it was quite a lot of money. We didn't even look at the Everest initially until we went across to Carter Ford and saw Corey, and we absolutely fell in love with it. It's beautiful inside. We only got to test drive the 2 litre bi-turbo, so it wasn't really what we were looking for engine-wise, but we knew that the V6 was going to be good. The 3 litre turbo diesel V6 comes out of the F-150 from the States, puts out a massive 184 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque. With a 3.5 tonne towing capacity, I reckon she'll handle that pretty easily. So with the big V6, the reason we chose it was so that it could pull our caravan. We were a little concerned about the fuel consumption, and so far we've only done driving around town, and our fuel consumption sits at about 13.9. From what I've read, that will get better as the engine wears in. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they're getting 8.5, 9s around town, which is great. We haven't towed the caravan yet, but once we do, that'll be a really good indication of what it's going to be sitting at when we're pulling the heavy van. But I also want to just see how much power it's got. The Navara has a tune and exhaust and intercool and all that stuff that we had to do to it, so that it'll pull our van fairly easily. This is straight out of the box, so it'll be very interesting to see how this one goes. So, some of the cool things that they've put into it with the caravanning, touring, camping sort of market in mind. They have these full 360 degree outside lighting. Basically you lock or unlock the car and it turns on lights that are in the mirrors, in the front headlights and in the tailgate. And it gives you a full 360 degrees of light, whether you're setting up camp or you just want to have the lights on when you walk into the front door, which is a really cool feature. It's got the 360 camera because we have the touring pack. So it's not as refined as some of the other 360 cameras I've seen, but it gets the job done. My wife can have a look at it, tell whether she's too close or if she needs to adjust. They just need to probably refine the actual car shape, because there's a big black box around it and it's it doesn't have the same effect that like the Nissan or the Toyota 360 cameras have. Another thing I find quite interesting, I know Ford have obviously done a lot of R&D to get the car to where it is for towing, touring, four-wheel driving. Big V6, great suspension, great traction control, great four-wheel drive system. When you option the towing or touring pack, because that's what you're going to be doing with the vehicle, why does it still come with 20-inch wheels? I would have thought that if you option that pack, it would come with 17 or 18-inch wheels and maybe some all-terrains, because that's what you're going to be doing with it. The fact that it comes with almost racing tyres on a 20-inch rim is a little bit weird. They've missed the mark on that one. So maybe on the next models, they'd look at doing something like that.
Switching between two-wheel drive and all of the four-wheel drive modes is really easy with the drive mode selection dial, which is located on the center console. The different modes are displayed on the screen above the steering wheel. It also shows important engine and vehicle data relevant to that mode, so you can keep an eye on how the vehicle is performing while you're putting it through its paces. Apart from the normal and eco modes, some of the off-road modes include tow haul, slippery, mud and ruts, and sand mode.
Another really cool feature, which is a bit of a gimmick, but it's a cool feature, is if you turn the car off and it's in drive or anything other than park, it will automatically select into park and apply the park brake. Move your seat back to give you room to get out to clear the steering wheel, so that everything's a lot easier. It's pretty cool. On the big 12-inch display that we've got, if you tap on the little Ford Everest logo, you can go into all different modes. If you go into off-road, it gives you a front-facing camera, so you can see where you're putting your wheels if you're in ruts or in the tracks. It also gives you your drivetrain, so it shows you whether you're in four-wheel drive, high, low. You can actually lock your diffs, or lock your rear diff, I should say. And this gives us our active hill descent, so we can go down quite easily without having to adjust the brakes or the accelerator. This camera actually changes too, so you can turn that off in another setting and have your accelerometer, so it shows you your pitch and your roll of the vehicle, so you can see if you're sort of pushing it a bit too hard or if you're going to be all good. Technology in this car is it has its own sort of AI, I guess you could call it. If you say hello Ford, good, didn't go off, you can then ask it to do things like change the air conditioning, set a course to a destination, call someone, all that sort of stuff. It gives you a prompt on the screen as well if you're not quite sure what you want to ask for. So there's a little speaker up here, a little microphone, sorry, up here. And basically on the screen here, if I say, hello Ford, it gives you all the destination, all the information on there. Hello Ford, drive me to McDonald's.
Which item would you like?
Number 1.
Starting route to McDonald's. Please drive to highlighted route.
Pretty cool.
Well, that's it for the first episode of the Big Blue build series. Thanks for watching, fam. Big Blue is going to be an awesome platform for our build. Stay tuned for the next episode where the legends from East Coast Tin jump on board as a sponsor and apply the latest in nanoceramic film. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Cheers, guys.